Hey, what's up all? There's been a lot of turnover on Seattle's offensive line going into the 2020 season, with players like Justin Britt and Joey Hunt, DJ Fluker, Jordan Roos, and a couple other offensive linemen being cut to make room to basically save money on the cap space, to possibly bring in Jadeveon Clowney and any other veteran defensive players that can help out Seattle in 2020. So Seattle currently, they pretty much have a lockdown on all 5 positions going into training camp, with Dwayne Brown at left tackle. You got Phil Haynes, the second-year guard, who did not participate in any regular season games, did play in the divisional round last year and played well in pass coverage. Then you got center B.J. Finney, who was acquired from Pittsburgh in the offseason, who had started in quite a few games, filling in behind center Marcus Pouncey. Then you got rookie guard Damian Lewis, that outstanding guard from LSU, one of the best O-linemen in college in 2019. Then you got offensive tackle Brandon Shell, filling in at the right tackle, replacing offensive tackle Jermaine Fetty from the New York Jets. So, right now, currently on the roster, Seattle has no offensive centers to speak of, really. Basically got B.J. Finney. Everyone else is pretty much listed as offensive guard. Seattle has tons of offensive guards. They got a few tackles, but that's another area they're going to need to talk at. But over the last few years, Seattle has needed to have a backup center. You know, when they had Justin Britt, there's a few games he missed over the last few years, and then last year he missed pretty much half the season after tearing his ACL. So, who is going to be that backup center for B.J. Finney going into 2020? And my argument is it can be center guard, versatile player, Ethan Posick. So Ethan Posick is going into his final year of contract, still on Seattle's roster. When he was in college, that was what he played, that was what he was good at. He was a versatile player where he could play a lot of positions, but that was where he was good at. Seattle drafted him for that very purpose, but Justin Britt beat him out in training camp and never basically outplayed Posick. So that forced Posick to fill in at right and left guard. He started a lot of 2017-18. Was not great. He was decent. And in 2019, he missed a lot of the season due to injuries. So I think Posick is not an expensive player. He's got 1 year left on his contract. I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle would keep him on their roster and have him try out, like, starting this training camp, taking a lot of snaps as a backup center. Playing, like, suppose that they are great this year where they are blowing out teams 42-3 in the fourth quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if they put him in there and then give him a lot of snaps during their training camp. I can see him being their backup center. I don't see Seattle going out and trading or signing a big name center somewhere out there. They already let go of Justin Britt. So they're trying to make room on their roster for Jadeveon Clowney, possible signing. And so I think Ethan Posick will be Seattle's backup center in 2020. To make room for Jadeveon Clowney, who I think Seattle's going to possibly sign, to become very evident that it looks like it will happen. So I think Ethan Posick will be on Seattle's roster for at least this final season as the backup center. And for Seattle, I wouldn't be surprised if B.J. Finney got injured, missed a game, or if they got ahead quite a bit, that he would come in and fill in, play a few snaps if Finney got banged up. So I think that center Ethan Posick will be Seattle's backup center or on the roster as listed as their backup center in 2020.